I got you, people. So I started to see these videos now, and they blame it on one man alone, like if he was the cause of all this trouble, right? Donald Trump. That people can't make a living. Yo, put it like this. People couldn't make a living for the beginning of time. There's always something going on with this. I can't make a living. That I work 7 days a week, 5 days a week, and I can't make ends meet. It's been like that. It's nothing new. But you trying to blame it on one person just because he got elected, just because you don't like his position or what he represents, you know? He wants to put America first, but the people that are against America first are so used to putting everybody first besides America. That's the problem, you know? Nobody wants to have America first. You want to make everybody else first, help everybody, but when it comes to America, nobody wants to help America. And I understand, because, you know, America, people don't say it, but everybody hates America. They just don't say it because they're here for the money. Everybody from all over the world wants to come to the West and make their money. Because here's what they learn. Everything they need to know, they want to become famous, you got to do it in America. You want to be a superstar, you got to come to America and see if you like. If you're not liked by America, you're not famous. Everybody gets famous in America. Even the convicts get famous in America. You know, this is the learning grounds of everything. Education, technology, discovery, everything is here in the West and America. Before it goes out, it comes from America. Everything comes from America. But right now, America had losses, right? His title of being first in everything and being represented as one of the best things that could happen to anybody comes from America, or built in America, or you've been recognized as one of the best when you come to America and accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. But now we got these other people that are crying that they can't make it here in America. You can't make it in America because you're always crying and kicking cans. Instead of trying to fix your problem, you want them to blame it on somebody else, right? How is it that somebody could come from another place, another country, that can't speak proper English, that understands the laws of America, and still manage to accomplish what they came here to accomplish, right? So you can't blame everybody else that comes here and make it, and you've been here all your life, and you still haven't accomplished anything. You know, don't blame the outsider, blame yourself. Because there's plenty of opportunity here in America to do what you have to do to get ahead. Thing is that these people like to just run their mouth, protest. They think they could change the world by holding up a sign and getting a few people in back of them shouting out whatever the cause they're trying to fight for, which they're not gonna make a change because they don't have the intelligence, right? They might have the knowledge, but they don't have the intelligence to solve their own problems, right? Somebody else got to solve their problems for them. That's how America is now, right? The citizens of America can't think for themselves. That's why the government is always making choices for them. And that's how American citizens are stuck here in America. Nobody wants them, and they can't get out because they're trapped in the system. And it's not by design. They make themselves trapped because they think that everything else outside of this country is bad. But the only thing bad in the country is inside your own country, right? So you got these young people straight out of college, right, with a college degree, complaining that they can't make ends meet. But they went to college, they pay for their tuition. I don't know if they got a loan or they paid it up straight out of their pocket, but they say they're poor, they can't make ends meet. But they went to college, they got a degree, They got a job, they have a car, and they live in their own private house with their own private parking. And they talking about that they poor, that they can't make ends meet. How is it that you poor when you got a car, you got a job, you got your own house, your own parking, and you screaming that you can't make ends meet because you poor? You know, poor is when you can't afford a car, you can't afford to own your own house, you gotta rent, or you gotta pay for somebody to live with them, and you don't have a full-time job. You probably got a part-time job or off-the-books job that they pay you under the table with no medical. That's poor. But everybody that screams poor, I see that they drive in a car, they parked in their own driveway, and they say their own house, but they consider themselves poor. You know how ridiculous you sound? You know, you're not poor, you're just selfish. You got the things that you need to survive, and you still complain, right? Because if it was that bad, why don't you get up and go to another country and see if you can make it? Because if you can't make it here in America, it's because you have failed and you don't want to. You don't want to put work into achieving what you need to achieve. Instead, you want to kick cans and rocks and argue and blame somebody else for you not being successful. And with that, people, I let you go and you think about that. You're not poor. You're just selfish.